This is a huge amount more responsive than the usual 040 railroad type locomotives that I'm used to that really did go like the clappers. And this is a perfect locomotive to give to a youngster, newcomer in the hobby, or indeed something to take on board yourself, maybe as a practice weathering project or a practice at DCC hardwiring. A big hello to you, so great to see you and I hope I find you well. I'm Jenny Kirk and this is JK2, and today we're going to be taking a quick look at the locomotive that Hornby is giving away for free on any orders placed on their website over £100. I think this is just up until Christmas, and we're going to see just how good this locomotive is, so come with me and let's take a closer look. A big hello to you, I hope you are well. I'm Jenny Kirk, welcome you to our second channel, JK2. And today I'm going to be taking a quick look at this locomotive. Now this comes free if you order £100 or more on the hornby.com website. And I thought I'd take a look and just see what it is you get and just how good this is. They were also selling these at the Great Electric Train Show for £10, and that's where Zoe picked this up. So it's straight about the box, one of the 040 railroad models, and just looking on the end there, it's the R30202, the 2022 Hornby Collectors Club 040 locomotive. So clearly they've got a few of these left. And inside the box, first up, I started mentioning this actually when I've been going through some of the older locomotives, but I really do like the fact that they've moved away from polystyrene, and anything that reduces the amount of plastic waste, the better. And this is kind of a recycled card, which is actually really resilient, and it just makes me think, why couldn't people use this before? We've got some extra parts here. These are the vacuum brake standards. They're left for the user to fit. We've got some instructions here. It says DCC ready. A little bit confusing. I don't think it is, to be honest with you. I don't think that we have a DCC decoder socket in here. So you can see the generic instructions for all of the different types of the 040 railroad pocket rocket locomotives. So that's the Holden Class 101, the Queen Mary, Class 06 shunter, and the Smoky Joe type are all covered by this leaflet. So it's dirt simple, and this is a perfect locomotive to give to a youngster, newcomer in the hobby, or indeed something to take on board yourself, maybe as a practice weathering project or a practice at DCC hardwiring. So certainly out of the box, it's fairly light locomotive. It comes with the large goalpost style tension locks. In fact, it's exactly the same chassis as is on all of those little 040 models, but you can't complain at free, and I think they were selling them at £10 at the Great Electric Train Show. It's a fairly basic decoration. We got on the side there Triang Railways 1952 to 2022. That was the 70th anniversary. There's no glazing in the cab. It's real old school stuff. We've got a representation of coal down in the bunker. It's quite a chunky moulding around there. Some kind of lamp on the back. That's just relief moulding, and solid buffers, not sprung at all. Now, getting into this model, there's a screw at the front there. So I'm just going to find my screwdriver and let's just see if that, yeah, so that comes out, single screw, and we've got a spacer piece that I'm just going to leave on there. You can see there's actually a lot of space in here, so should you wish to, you can DCC hardwire one of these. And I think, let's have a look, it does have a resistor there. Now I think That's to slow it down. These were notorious for actually going so fast they would flip themselves off the track on corners, and I think that resistor is an attempt just to slow it down. We've got a simple worm drive from the motor to the wheels, then the drive to the other axle is done through the connecting rods. They are fluted, and there is actually a little bit of detail there on the chassis. We've got guard irons, sandboxes, we've got the brake blocks, all just solid moulded on detail, and pretty much that's all there is to it. We've got another piece here clipped in the back, and this is what locates into this little slot in the back. So we're going to put this back together really easy. Just line up that back piece and then slot that in. Make sure you've got that little distance piece back in place, and then it's just a single screw here that fits it all back together. And there you have it, really quite basic. Now I'm going to move this over onto my DC test track and just see how well it runs. Just got it on my little rolling road there, the DCC Concepts one, and just applying a bit of power, and I think there we go. Sometimes you find with brand new locomotives it's almost like there's a little bit of a protective film on the wheels, not a lot but just enough that sometimes just a little nudge is required to get that up and running. And that resistor actually is doing really well to slow this down. So that's on full power. Just going to slow it down, and actually this is a huge amount more responsive than the usual 040 railroad type locomotives that I'm used to that really did go like the clappers. And I guess that means that you can really run this with confidence on DC. Running it on DCC, you can get rid of that resistor. The decoder will do all the heavy lifting for you. But certainly for a younger person, this is perfect, because there is a tendency with younger children to have only two settings on the controller, off and warp speed. So this is a really great way of just keeping it controllable. So moving it to reverse. And again, really quite nice and controllable. It's a surprisingly smooth mechanism, and certainly these can form the basis for a scratch build body over the top, should you wish. Well, don't forget to hit that like button, share this video, and also subscribe to the channel and ring that notification bell to be the first to know about new videos as and when they go up. But I'd love to know from you what you think about this model. Is it worth it for the orders? Is this something that you would make use of? And certainly one of the things that I take away from this is that addition of the resistor on the motor has transformed the DC running of this model. And actually, I was quite impressed how much more controllable that made this thing. And certainly you could well see this chassis being a great starting point for using, say, 3D printed locomotive bodies. And if you're going to buy something anyway that's over £100, then this is just a nice little bonus. But it'd be great to hear what your thoughts are on this matter. But until next time, this is me, Jenny Kirk, saying don't forget to like, share and subscribe, and I'll catch you next time here on JK2. Take care, bye for now. I'd like to thank everybody over on Patreon, and an extra special huge thanks goes out to our Patreon heroes. Without you guys over on Patreon, we really wouldn't be able to keep making the video content that you see on this channel. And don't forget that you can also head on over to patreon.com/Jennifer Kirk and check out the different tiers of rewards. Thank you so much. You are absolute legends.